Hello,
Ladies
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hate It or Love It. I am your host for today, Jeremiah the Revelist, and it is finally here. The time has come. The episode you've been waiting for. Yes, we have hit 100 episodes. Round of applause. Thank you. Yes, we have finally hit 100 episodes. I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I actually made it this far. Thank the Lord Jesus for helping me get through this point. Get to this point in life. I want to thank everybody, all my supporters, all my followers, and my subscribers. Thank you very much. My wife, kid, family, friends, everyone, thank you so much for supporting Hate It or Love It. Kapawi, everybody, thank you. We finally got here, and I was trying to figure out what am I going to do this video on. And I was really thinking about it because I kind of didn't want to make it at Fast 10 as my 100th or Little Mermaid because I was coming close around one of those episodes. But then I was like, I want to do a movie that I love the most. Like that is one of my favorite movies of all times. So I was thinking about it, and it just recently came out in the theaters. They re-released it, and I went to go see it because I haven't seen it in a long time in theaters. It is celebrating his 40th anniversary. At the same time, I was celebrating my 40th birthday. It is Return of the Jedi. That's right, Star Wars Return of the Jedi is one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all times. Everybody's going to be like, but wait a minute. What about Empire Strikes Back? Empire Strikes Back is the best. Yes, I understand that, but that's actually my number 2 favorite, unfortunately. And the reason why I'm a big fan of Return of the Jedi is it was me and Return of the Jedi, like we share the same birthday month. You know what I'm saying? Return of the Jedi came, I was born May 13th, 1983. Return of the Jedi came out in May 25th, 1983. So I was born around the same time Return of the Jedi was. So that's what holds a very special place in my heart. And I gravitated to. That's the movie I watched hundreds of times, a whole bunch of times when I was a kid, more than the rest of them. So it was like, that was my movie, you know what I'm saying? And the reason for that is because it all concluded everything really well. Way before the prequels or the sequel trilogy came out, this was the ending of a saga. You know what I'm saying? You finally got, after the incidents that happened in Return of the Jedi, the Empire finally won. You finally saw that Luke finds out that Darth Vader's his father. And all this madness that happened, Han Solo gets frozen by carbonite. That crazy ending, right? And then you get into this movie, we're back on Tatooine. Now you see, you got the Jabba the Hutt. He has Han Solo frozen in carbonite. And let me tell you something. Hands down, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only guy in the world. Let me tell you something. Princess Leia was my first crush. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw Princess Leia in that outfit, I was like, ooh, yeah. I was like, that was my first crush right there. Princess Leia. Yes, it was. And, the whole scene, then you go into it, them going into Endor, finding the Ewoks. And those Ewoks, I used to love them when I was a kid. I always wanted an Ewok when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? But it's funny how when you grow up and you find out the Ewoks were really they were ruthless creatures, man. They were cannibals. They eat people and stuff like that. You don't even think about it, you know what I'm saying? And I used to watch the Ewok movies when I was a kid. Yeah, they weren't the greatest Star Wars movies of all time. No. But when you're a kid, you like to watch a movie with the Ewoks. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So, you had that. And then the whole space battles. The space battles in Return of the Jedi are probably my favorite space battles of all time. Like just them, they think they're ready to go into the Death Star to destroy the Death Star, and then all of a sudden they find out it's a trap. The Death Star is fully operational, and then everything's going crazy. Hey, all haywire. The battle is going down in Endor. Then you got the battle in space, and then you have Luke meeting the Emperor for the first time. Like throughout the franchise, you didn't know who this Emperor was. You thought like Darth Vader was the big baddie of the whole entire franchise. No, you had the head honcho, the Emperor. He was the big baddie, and like to meet him, he looked very and sinister and ugly and all that stuff, and it was like creepy when you were a kid, like when you watched him and all that stuff. And then you have the lightsaber battle between Luke and freaking Darth Vader, and that was like the most amazingest lightsaber battle and everything. So it was so great. Even being in the throne room when the Emperor's talking to Luke, so much tension that was going on. And then you have, you finally see the power of the Emperor. So all that stuff in one movie, I find it was like the most amazingest thing. When you're a kid, is like the most amazingest thing. You're watching what you're watching. And the original trilogy of Star Wars is probably the best and one of my favorite trilogies of movies of all times. You can't even touch that. When you watch it today, it still lives up. You know what I'm saying? For me, it still lives up because back then, like special effects back then is like that was the thing back then. Like who could do that back then? Now like special effects has evolved, but it all started with Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? It all started here. And I really love this film. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time. You know what I'm saying? It brought back a lot of memories in my life. And I really wanted to talk about this, and I did. And let me tell you something. When I rate this film, is it a love or is it hate? Of course you know what it is. But guess what? It's not just a love. It's one of my secret ratings I give to only certain movies. I call Star Wars Return of the Jedi is gold. That's right. It's my super rare rating called gold. Exactly. I don't have many gold movies. There's only a few of them out there that I set on a par of golds. I think the last review I did, it was Spider-Man No Way Home. That I made into gold because that movie was to me a classic. This is a classic in itself. And maybe this is what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm going to start doing some movies that I think are gold. This is the Golden Saga. Call it the Golden Series or something like that, where I talk about movies that I think they're better than love. They're to me completely perfect, But yeah, like I said, Return of the Jedi. If you have not seen the original series, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. You need to go out and watch, like, the Star Wars saga, the original. Start off with the original, please. But yeah, this is it. 100 episodes. I can't believe, like, once again, I made it this far. Thank you guys once again so much. Like I said, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and also YouTube at Hated to Love It Movie Reviews. I'm also on Kapawi, the pop culture blog. I'll put that link on the bottom below of the descriptions. And also, if you want to learn my rating system, click on the description below and it'll tell you in detail my rating system. Once again, guys, thank you so much. We finally hit 100 and hope for 100 more. All right, guys, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.